Hi guys, this is Kaika again. I'm sorry my hair looks a little bit stupid. It's just very hot in Singapore now, and to make it worse I have like lights all around me. It's like so hot. Anyway, I'm here with a vlog to talk about my experience at a Japanese public bath. I went to Japan like the last autumn in 2013, and like the last day of my Kyoto trip I went to this Japanese traditional bathhouse that was near my hostel. So I was staying at Hostel Mundo. I forgot. Yeah, I was right. It's Hostel Mundo. So it's in Kyoto. It's somewhere around Shimoda Churi Ageru Higasa. Okay, never mind. Okay, it's been like more than half a year, so I kind of like, I really ought to like blog about it a little bit earlier, but I kind of just, so much stuff happened. According to the hostel owner, the Japanese public bath closes at 12, but when I went there, it actually writes that it closes at 11:30. So anyway, I went at like around 10:45. I was like doing my Yuki Shiro Tomoe like makeup video in my room, so it was like such a mad rush to finish all the makeup and filming, and then rush to the Japanese public bath, because like, you know, I'm such a gaijin. I'm like, oh man, there's a public bath and near like my hostel. I don't know about you, but I've been watching anime and reading manga for so long. It's like the public bath are like such a staple in and their story. Okay, maybe not really, but you know, you always see the students going on a holiday trip, like a, what do you get? Oh, like a school excursion, and they go to some place with a hotel, and then the hotel has a Japanese public bath, and then they go into the public bath, and then they sit in the sauna like onsen thing, and then they cook for a few hours. Okay, maybe not a few hours, like 10-15 minutes. And anyway, it's like such an iconic Japanese thing. So I was like, oh man, I have to do this. Okay, I don't know about you, but I am a very conservative Asian girl. I am so not used to exposing my body to someone else. So, but then I was also like this gaijin and this like anime manga fan that's like, so wow, everything Japan is interesting. So I was like, YOLO, I'm gonna do it anyway. And then okay, I digress too much. They had two entrances. One was the female, one was for the male. So obviously I went into the female entrance. When I went in, it was kind of funny, because I just went in and I can see the same common place where anyone who enters from the male entrance would walk into. So you kind of enter from two different doors, but you go into the same area where you can see each other. Okay, to be fair, I think there was like a small little garden in the middle, so I think you can't really cross over to the other side. I can't really remember because it's been near like a year. Okay, wait, I should show you guys like this. So you have like the first set of doors, and then you walk in, and then it's like you know, the holding area where you can sit down and take off your shoes. Then you have another door, and then behind that door is like a small area where people like can walk and linger around, and then they pay for the entrance fee. And then that is also the place where, you know, that table with the oji-san or the shopkeeper is at. Then behind the table is like a wall, and the wall is another set of doors. And this time, this door is the one that goes to the public bath. Like, whoa, the counter and all the wooden furnishing, you know, just like, it's so spirited away, and it's so like, it's so anime. So you're supposed to take off your shoe, go into the counter area, pay for your entrance fee, and yeah, that's it. They wouldn't give you anything toiletries and towels, everything you have to use your own. The only thing they provide for you is water and like buckets and pails, and that's it. So now that I have described how it all looks like, let me share my perspective of the story with you guys. So I walked in, I was like really nervous, and I felt very awkward because I have like a full face of cosplay makeup. These public baths, they are usually frequented by aunties or uncles, elders, and not usually by young girls like myself. When I walked in, I think the shop assistant, he was like so surprised to see me, and he was even more surprised, I guess, to see like someone with such a thick makeup to be walking through the doors wanting to bathe. And I don't know why, it was like I was so nervous, and he kind of made me even felt even more nervous. He was like, what did he do? Like, I walked in and he was like, and then I said, I want to bathe. Then he was like, okay. Then he actually leaned forward and like look at me, look at my face. I was like, oh man, that must be the makeup. But I really did not have any more time to like take off my makeup before I go to the bath, and it was my last night at Kyoto. I really don't have any more time. So I just went anyway. And the uncle, he didn't really understand English at all, but he did have like a paper written in English, probably by another tourist who was kind enough to help him write down how much it cost. I can't really remember, but I think it was 350 to like maybe 400 yen. I remember it wasn't that cheap. It was not the kind of money you would pay to bathe in your bathroom. So when I paid for it, I was like, this is more expensive than I thought. So, and I was like, skeptical about it. I didn't really know what to expect, but still. Okay, but I want to say, when I stepped in, after I got through the first door, I was like nervous, but when I got to the second door and I like really looked, I was so scared. I think I've never felt more petrified in my entire life. I was like, Bridget Jones's Diary, that she, like the first episode, she made like a stupid mistake and then across the screen it writes fuck. That was how I felt. Kaika, what are you thinking? What made you think you could do this? Like seriously, I was so scared. And you know why I was so scared? Because the doors are actually like the 3 doors that I mentioned, they are straightly aligned to each other. So the first door can actually see the second door, and the second door can see the third door. And the third door, let me tell you, goes straight to the public bath, and it has like half curtains that is draping over it, and then it has a bamboo, what do you call it? Bamboo slider thing. I don't really know. At the moment I can't really think of what it's called now, but you get what I mean. It's supposed to shield the body when you are changing or whatever, things like that. But there's one thing I don't understand, and that is, why is the curtain so bloody short? It's like, it's not even half the door. It's okay, maybe it's like half the door, but it's like half the door like this, and then to make things worse, the bamboo slider thing that I told you, it is almost perpendicular to the door. Like, couldn't they have like made it like this so that when you look at the door from the front view, you wouldn't see people who are standing behind the door? So to cut my story short, what I mean is, when I was at the counter talking to the uncle, I could see naked bodies. I was like, what? I know what a Japanese bath is supposed to be, but I thought that it would be like a controlled environment, and it would be like secluded and you wouldn't see naked people when you are outside. But I was only at the counter. I can like enter and ask for information and not bathe at all, but I can still be in the counter area and I can still see naked bodies. I didn't bother to like walk over to the male side. I didn't really dare to. You know what made me so scared is because I felt that if I went in, I was supposedly to walk within the range of the door, I would be seen naked by someone too. So it's like, you know, the door is just here and here. So if the counter staff wants to take a peek, he can literally like move his body a half a meter ahead and then turn, and I think he would probably see something. Okay, like to be fair, I guess the bamboo thing is not to block customers from seeing other customers' naked body. It's to block the view of the shop assistant, because when you look at, now that I think of it, if he were to look like this, the bamboo slider would probably like block his view, you know. Okay, I don't know why. Okay, so I went into the public bath area. It's a relatively big place. It has like cushions for people to like relax after they are done with the bath, and it has a small little refrigerator thing where you can purchase like milk or whatever after you're done with your onsen. And it also have a place for you to like, it's like a dressing table for you to, it has mirrors and it has hair dryer, but the hair dryer is payable. You need to pay like 200 yen for it. And oh, it also has lockers for you to put your belongings into. And if you want to like see how, I can't take pictures inside, so if you want to know how it looks like within the Japanese public bath area, then go and check out my blog, because I've drawn the whole furnishing out and you can see my sketches of how it looks like. Okay, so I remove my makeup and I then take a pail to put my towels and my toiletries and stuff inside. So then I take another short little small stool and I take a scooping pail. Then I went in, and so it's like, it's a relatively small place, and there are a few like onsen bathtub thing where you're supposed to go in and dip in and then like enjoy the water. But before that, you're supposed to shower and bathe yourself well first. So there are like 10 to 15, I don't really know how you should call that, but it's like a shower place, and you have a tap, and it's a very short tap. So it's like probably half a meter tall, and you're supposed to like squat on your stool and then you bathe like, you know, you bathe like this. So with the, yeah. So after you're done bathing, you go into the saunas, or not saunas, you go into the onsen pools. So it has cold pools and it has hot pools, and yeah, so you're supposed to like vary between them. You're supposed to go into the, I think, the hot one first. After a while, like maybe 10 minutes, you go into the cool one, and the cool one is like really cold. It's like icy cold. So you're supposed to go in, like cool down the bodies, and come out and go to the hot one again. So like for me, I was like really nervous. It's my first experience. There is a couple of different like onsen. There was one particular one that has very milky water. The water is almost opaque. So I think it has some sort of like special minerals in it. So I went into that one first. So when I stepped in, it had like a step. So I thought like, okay, that's one step. And then I took another step and I nearly fell face front into the thing, because I didn't realize there was another step. Now that I think about it, that was really stupid of me. I should have known that there is one more step, but I didn't know. So anyway, so I nearly fell. Managed to grab myself in time, so I didn't really like fall horrendously, but I didn't make a big splash. So there was an auntie somewhere there, and she was like, "What happened?" And I was like so embarrassed. I was like, "Sumimasen, sumimasen, sumimasen, sumimasen." I was like, oh man. I was like, okay, I wish I could like just sink into the water and disappear. So anyway, yes. Yes. I don't really know what else to say anymore other than this. It was a really nice experience. I guess it was probably one of the bravest things I have done yet. in my life. My life is so boring. So anyway, I guess to conclude this, you might want to ask me this question: is this experience worth it? Is it worth my 350 yen? And I would say yes, it is, because when I came out from the bath, I actually felt so refreshed and warm. Let you know, it was winter, no sorry, it was late autumn during that period, and like around 11 to 12 p.m. So it's actually very cold outside, but after I stepped out from the bath, I actually felt so warm from the body in. You know, it wasn't like warm from the outside, it was warmth that came from the body out. So I think, you know, the mineral properties in the water really make a difference. So, and I really think it's difficult to explain even further how this whole experience is. You definitely have to check it out for yourself, and if you have went to a Japanese public bath before, definitely leave a comment and let me know how you felt. And that's all. Bye!